So I'm gonna start loading it up.
Same.
Hit that L for load.
Can I get some L's in the chat?
For load. Oh, okay. So U's gonna be for who's U gonna be for? Do we have anybody in the clan who starts with name starts with U?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I don't think so. So let's go with you for technical 4. Oh wait. How do I pause? I think I messed up because I have. Oh, that's too fast. That's too slow. Is this normal speed? That's too fast. So this has got to be normal. Okay.
All right.
Let me know. I don't know how to get back to the start in the thing that I'm using. I'm using WCS3, and I didn't think this through.
Oh. Let's see, there's a hotkey that sends you back like so much time.
Okay, I can rotate the camera. Oh, I found it.
Okay.
It's B.
B?
B for back.
Okay, so you ready? 3.
Oh, yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, to be honest, and we can get to the game in a second. To be honest, when you started counting down, I was like, I wonder what button unpauses this game. But I figured it out. So in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a familiar face, and by that I mean the left-hand corner, because I've graduated the 3rd grade. We have World is Doomed as the green zerd.
And up here in the top right, is this in contention for best map, or are we giving out 3 prizes?
This is in contention for best map. Okay. So yes, I should explain this. So there's 3 games that are going to be played here, and then it's going to go down to a vote. I'm going to make up a straw poll, and then you can vote for your favorite game out of these 3, and the winner, the game that gets the most votes, the winner and the loser get $5.
Nice. So I guess yeah. The other dude up here is Micro.
And one thing to point out about Micro, if you in the chat in this game, these guys are loving every second of playing in the Allinvitational. Micro actually went random this tournament because, as I quote, remember him saying, "These scrubs be too easy. I need to handicap myself," and so he went with random, and still stomping on nerds. He made it into the round of 8.
Yeah.
And where he met one of our finalists, Meme Lord, also known as Technical, and
does he have any relation to Technical 4?
I did not put that together until now. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, no, Technical 4 is our all-great leader. Actually, so yeah, Technical 4 is our managerial leader, and Technical is our leader of skill. So we should, I guess they are related in some way, near and dear to both of our hearts.
They both lead us to glory, is what we need to say.
Alright, so it looks like Nicro opting to take the back base. World is Doom looking to take the front base. Nicro is checking those expansions, making sure there isn't a third. Any quick third, but he does leave before the back third goes down, but I don't think that's going to throw Nicro off. I'm sure he's expecting it.
Yeah, nothing too crazy is happening yet in this game. I'm not sure what build Nicro's gonna go for. I'm gonna assume he's gonna be going for like Robo DTs or whatever, because that's like was super popular.
Hey, everything's better with DTs.
He might also go for charge lots too. That was pretty popular.
Oh wow! Oh, World is Doomed not losing a single worker, at least that I saw. Up, and he does spot that third, so that's good for Necro knowing exactly what's going on. Is this Shade gonna get out of here? Up, up, up. Nope, they finished speed. Oh, that's sad. We're watching.
World is Doomed did a really good job pulling back that lane, actually. I'm proud of him.
Yeah. Man, I think that, he's probably going to go far in the tournament. I would assume, I'd say he'd probably go top 4.
Yeah.
No relation to Tech 4, who doesn't exist. It's Technical 4.
Yeah, that's, he really doesn't like the short form anymore. He's, gotten a bit older, He prefers the formal name, the name that has the respect behind it.
Alright, and it looks like, okay, so there's the Warp Prism. World is Doomed is getting a great scout of this base. Knows that there's no third right at the front, and so he knows World is Doomed is definitely 2-basing it. The one thing to note is that this is on the old patch, so all of the Protoss stuff of pylon cannons and all that fun jazz still exists in this alternate universe.
Blink on.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. Necro is totally giving his build away just because he needs to handicap himself because these scrubs be too easy.
Yeah. There's just, what's the point? If there's no challenge, why play?
Right. Even look at these chrono boosts. He is so good at them. You can see he's constantly chronoing so that he's never wasting any of that 25 energy that the chrono boost totally costs in this free play.
It's really interesting because he's using this chrono energy as soon as he gets it, which is at least that he's using an APM every second just doing that, while at the same time microing and macroing.
Oh man. Okay, so the Overseer does see it. He kills the Spore and he does get out of there, so most likely these are going to go into 2 Archons, and he's going to start those little Tico laser beams of the more painful variety. Verizon. Yeah, this is brought to you by Verizon. Variety than the Sentry.
Man, I always think can you imagine a time before this was meta and Legacy of the Void? If you told someone that the meta for a macro opening was to go for DTs in PvZ, how people would react. If you went Wings of Liberty and said, yeah, a couple years from now everyone just goes DTs.
Hey, went behind.
Yeah. Or
go DT. And also went ahead, go TT. We have, see, if you go to the third base in that front natural position, you'll see this weird unit that doesn't exist anymore. It's a really cool skin that people got and were able to use for a couple of minutes, and then Blizzard took the unit away.
Yeah, that's the tactical mothership.
The tactical mothership. More like the technical mothership.
The technical.
But yeah, it looks like just a lot of tickling back and forth between World is Doomed and Necro. The roaches can't kill the Warp Prism, so the Archons are safe and snug in that little home they got there.
Yeah. I wonder how much static the 2 Archons would generate being in there.
Yeah, they're shocking everything they touch. Okay, he's getting some Immortals, researching Storm. Let's see, okay, here comes some Mutalisks. It looks like Necro, yeah, he's moving the Observer, so he definitely sees that. And that Warp Prism might be doomed. We'll see what he decides to do with the Archons. He does drop them. He tries to get some hits on the Mutalisks, but unfortunately they get away, and it looks like these Archons are doomed.
Yeah. Only losing 2 Mutalisks there, that's pretty nice. It could have been a lot worse for World is Doomed. Luckily he was paying attention. And now he's going to pick off this 4th base, which is pretty bad for Necro. Even maybe some of these High Templars might get picked off here.
Yeah, that would definitely be a pain, especially because Storm, you know, Storm or morphing them in Archons would, be beneficial in this situation.
Yeah. So one of them gets picked off pretty quickly. Really have to be careful with these Mutalisks. I feel like Mutas used to be really strong in ZVP. In this patch, I really don't feel like they're that great. But they're one of these things that if the Protoss player isn't like in position, they can do a lot of damage. But because of how common Archons are in the meta right now, especially just to get them like in mass, or in this meta I should say, it's just not as easy to use Mutalisks in this matchup.
Yeah. So we'll see how World's Doom is doing. He's constantly canceling this 4th base, which is definitely what he needs to be doing right now, as he's on 4 bases of himself. He is on 4 bases himself, so he definitely wants to keep that base lead. He's going into the back here and killing off these cannons. Now he's going to have free reign of these probes, and Necro's worker count is dropping fast. Now he's down by 20 workers.
Yeah, these Mutalisks can get a lot done, especially since they have +1 attack, so they can it put quite a lot of damage onto these buildings and workers.
Oh man, World is Doom killing that mothership core because it doesn't even belong in the game anymore.
He killed it so hard that it knocked it out of the game.
It looks like, yeah, he's content we're going with these cannons right now, making sure that if Necro is at all lazy at replacing these, to have a wide open shot in the future.
Yeah.
And he's definitely going really hard on these mutas. What is that, like maybe 12, 13 mutas? I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about him continuing to build Mutalisks. I feel like it gets to a certain point where like having more is doesn't get you the same value. Like you can do the same with 12 as you can with 20.
Right. So it's sort of like the surprise factor. But yeah, he's not stopping. He's going all the way, and he's actually even grabbing 2 additional bases, as he feels like these Mutalisks have provided him with enough map presence where Necro's not really going to be able to move across the map, and just like that, pylons are going down in the base, and it looks like pretty much all that tech is held up by 2 pylons, and he gets half of them. He's gonna go for this next pylon. He's gonna shut down a whole bunch of these gates.
You just see though in the middle of the map, Necro has decided to just move across. I think he thinks he needs to base trade at this point. I think he is under the impression that there's no way he can combat these Mutalisks effectively, especially since he doesn't have Phoenix out. And
Definitely.
It's like one of those things where the Mutalisks are really good if you can circumnavigate the army, but once these Mutalisks get into a fight, they can't kill these Archons. Like these Archons will just shred them. But obviously, getting the Archons to fight the Mutalisks is the tough part.
Yeah, and this is definitely an interesting decision. The Immortals do nothing against the Mutas, so he's actually chosen to just separate those from his army, and he's just gonna rip through World is Doom's base while he can. While it looks like the Mutas and the Lings are coming back now.
And that's a lot of Immortals that are gonna go down here in a second, if he keeps killing them.
And he's gonna get the Spire, so that was a nice quick pickoff for these Immortals before they all bite the dust. Definitely be some more time before we get Mutas out. Or at least more Mutas out, excuse me.
But still, that's a lot of Archons on the field, and it's going to be pretty hard for World is Doom to ever fully engage this, because he doesn't really have the ground army to fight this as well. Honestly, I don't really know what unit Zerg wants to make versus Archons, because everything just dies so quickly. But Lings and Mutas are definitely not the answer.
They're the one definite no answer.
Yeah, it's like everything else is but then those 2 units are a hard no.
Yeah, so it looks like, let's see, so World is Doom has set his base up in the upper right-hand corner. Upper left-hand corner. But I'm trying to see if there's a probe out anywhere, and it doesn't appear like there is. So it looks like it's just going to be down to these Archons. They are doing a ton of damage
There is one probe leaving the base here, actually. Over by the behind the third base. It's playing the pylon.
Oh, look at that! He snuck it out.
But yeah, other than that, there's not a whole lot here.
Yeah, no. So these Archons in the base, we got 29 kills, 13 kills, 19 kills, 13 kills, 24 kills, 31 kills, 15 kills, and 17 kills. So they're definitely doing the brunt force work of this, and it looks like World is Doom has actually lost all of his tech structures to make units. So it looks like he might be stuck at this for a little while. But boy, is that a lot of mutas. We'll see if these Archons and mutas ever have to come to clashes. Doesn't look like that'll be fun for the mutas.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, though, World of Doom realizes that he just needs to kill the rest of the buildings. And the only building we have left is a pylon down in the bottom.
Oh no, the probe's gonna die to 2 drones. The probe's gonna die to 2 drones. Just died to 2 drones. And I think that was in fact the last probe.
Yep.
And with that pylon going down, with the map revealed, World is Doom does take that game over Nitro.
So yeah, if you like that game, make sure to vote for it in an upcoming straw poll,
which will be listed in announcements after this tournament.
And if you didn't like it, let us know in the comments below.
and smash that subscribe button. Oh, I gotta freaking log back in.
That's like the worst.
I don't even know what my password is. Let me say it on stream.
I find it's good to just recite off your social security number first. And
867. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna load in and I'm gonna hit that pause button. Yes! So we're going into the replay with Boo.
Okay.
Is Boo still in the chat? Can we get a B for Boo in the chat?
Can I get some B's in chat, please? Oh, it looks like Boo's still in the chat.
Hey, there we go.
Or he might not be talking, but he's there. And,
in spirit?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm back. Okay, I'm at the very beginning of this replay.
Same. Alright. So, ready to start?
Yep.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, in the bottom right-hand corner, we have an extremely familiar face. It is the Blue Zerg, all in World is Doom, making his 6th appearance of the night, a generator of great games, and also a generator of submitting games. We have Boo in the upper right-hand corner as our red Zerg.
Do you want to pull out your hands real quick?
Pull out my hands?
Yeah, so, cool trick. So put up your hands and make like, you know, like an L with both your hands.
Okay. Did I say? Man, see what once I get going the wrong way, I can't stop it. You know what? Every position is right when Boo is involved, because Boo makes no wrongs. You know what? It's left if you face away from your computer.
Okay.
I should tape a left and right side to my mini map so that I know which is the left and right side. You know what? In the 11 o'clock position, we have Boo, and in the 5 o'clock position, we have World is Doom. There you go. And now I know why people use clocks.
Yeah. This is actually why clocks were invented, was to showcase the positions on the StarCraft 2 map.
Oh man. Okay, so it looks like Boo is Boo's hatchery is a little bit quicker. So we're gonna be Seeing a little bit of early aggression here from this Doom. Oh, nope, they're coming back in. Maybe he's going to be holding some links. Oh, nope, now they're going. Maybe he knows the exact Overlord timing. Nope, he's going to attack the rocks.
He's killing the unbuildable plates. Oh.
Oh, man. I never realized that they were called that.
Well, you know, sometimes you just need to let people know what they are. They're unbuildable plates. You can't build them, and you can't build on them.
Oh, that's by far the stupidest joke of the night, but by far my favorite. Oh, okay, let's get back to this game. Okay, it looks like Boo is opting for a Baneling Nest, and we have World is Doom opting for the same, so no roaches in this matchup.
Yeah, and Boo's actually going to be in for a bit of a surprise here, as the speed finishes up, or World is Doom speed finishes up right as soon as Boo's lings get near the front base.
And it looks like that's just some delicious morsels. And look at that! He actually let some of his lings run ahead instead of just A-clicking his entire army.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What I would have done there is I would have just A-clicked the lings and then had my lings stand in the middle of the map for about 15 seconds, and then I would have been like, oh shit, I thought I was supposed to do something with these.
I mean, these queens are doing some damage. Let's see if they can hold this front door in time for banelings to morph, but it looks like they're starting to wiggle their way through.
Yeah, they're just like, every time the queen like moves to attack, it looks like one like slips through.
But yeah, looks like World is Doom. Okay, it looks like Boo pulls away, and World is Doom might get a drone kill, but it doesn't look like it. He pulls his drones to attack, so Boo keeps his slight worker lead.
Yeah, and all in all, this didn't work out too well for World is Doom.
Yeah, this is, looks like World is Doom is definitely hurting a little bit. Not too much, though. We look at units lost. It's actually pretty even when you count the queens that was lost. So I think that was definitely the highlight, getting Boo down to one queen so that you could really get a larva advantage and grab that third base. Another little skirmish here right above the third base. It doesn't look like World is Doom has enough to do. Ooh, that Baneling hit!
Yeah, that was really juicy.
That's definitely hurting right there. May have been able to get some damage done with those lings, but they are no more.
Yeah, and this is really gonna hurt Boo because now he's gonna pretty much have to stop joining here just to build some units, just in case. Yeah, so you know, and it looks like World is Doom is coming across the map. We'll see if he thinks about this third base, or he's going to go right for the throat, and he's going to go right back out. And he's going to go for the third base, and he's going to go right back out. Up, and he unmorphs those. That's once again skill of a Masters player, a true Masters player. Alright, some water. At least I actually remember to fill up my cup before this cast tonight. Oh. Wow, that was a Boo Baneling right there.
Oh man, that was a Boo Baneling. That's 2 P's in the chat, everyone. Oh man. So you know what sucks about being Overlord is that you never have a buddy to scout with you, right? You're always stuck on the other side of the map, all alone in enemy territory. But this is where Boo, Boo thinks about friendship because he's such a good friend. And so over here at the third base, there's 2 Overlords, just chilling out, being friends.
Yeah. Now they're going by the the river.
Yeah, they don't like this blue Overlord that just came, so they're moving to another lunch table.
Yeah.
And the principal is now coming and
that's the weird Overlord. Look at him. He's like spikes and shit.
It's the one with all the acne.
That's what that is. It's Overlord acne.
Uh-oh, that Baneling in the middle of the map. Oh wait, he saw it. There was an Overlord right. Man, I completely missed that. I was like, oh my god, that's so amazing.
This whole the theme of this is like nerds versus jocks.
That's
All of the World is Doom's like Zerglings and like units all have like acne, and all of the boos are all like fit chads, perfect skin.
taking the quarterback, or not the quarterback to prom, the cheerleader to prom, or the quarterback.
Well, I
to
mean,
prom.
like, you know,
it's 2017.
Yeah, it's 2017. You know, you can take the quarterback to prom.
Ooh, Baneling hit! Oh!
Another Boo Baneling.
Oh man, but you know, this is a pretty good surround. See, what are the upgrades looking like this game? Was that G, right? Nope. Okay, so it's still just even for both of them. No +1 attack. Boo does have ranged and armor. About halfway done.
Yeah. My big issue here is for Boo. Since World is Doom Spire is on the way, it's going to be pretty tough for Boo to really get a hold of this game if he doesn't do something soon. Really huge Baneling hit actually going there for Boo to some World is Doom slings, by the way.
Oh man, that was a World is Doom Baneling.
Yeah, but it was in Boo's control this time.
Oh man, but hey, you know,
yeah,
those hits are always nice. You always feel good after them. You always feel like you're the best player in the world.
So now the Spire's done here for World is Doom, so he can make Needless, as we do see. So now Boo is kind of on a timer here to do some damage to get himself in a fighting, position in this game.
Yeah, and he is looking to move across the map, and you know, with a couple of roaches, you know, it's going to be hard for, or excuse me, a couple of banelings. It's going to be hard for World is Doom to get a surround on those roaches. Oh. Oh,
that was
man,
that was
a big one. That was my favorite of the game so far. But it looks like these Mutalisks are coming out. You know, it looks like they're slowly going to start picking away at this force. Oh, that's actually some pretty good damage onto the drones.
Yeah. Still though, he's only evened up the drone count for now, and he's trading a lot of his roaches for it. And
yeah,
plus,
it looks.
there's still
Mutalisks
here.
Yeah, it looks like these roaches are trapped here, so they're not going to really, you know, they're definitely on a timer, just like a changeling. Let's see, we have a couple of banelings at home, but it doesn't look like there's much army production. He does slip a bunch of things by, so that is one thing that is going down here is that okay. Oh, he did actually get the third base. Okay, that's really good. He's keeping these Mutalisks back. They have to defend, and he's just sending wave after wave after wave of lings. World is Doom has lost 24-25, and it's still climbing. Boo has definitely given him a shot back in this game, even though he's lost a lot of his army, and he definitely has a tech disadvantage. He's using what advantages he does have right now to great success.
Luckily for World is Doom, though, he is able to save this gold base for now, so even though he has a lower drone count, if he gets back to mining, like, he can definitely kind of match Boo's income.
Yeah, the one thing, I wish Boo had more spore crawlers. He just has the one for his 3 bases. Looks like he's building one at the ramp. It looks like he is slowly getting them down. He is a little bit short on minerals.
Oh my god. There's some overlords having a date, and they had their 3rd wheel along, and those Mutalisks just killed them all.
I don't think this is enough Hydras at all. The queens are coming in to help, though. That's a lot of queens.
Yeah.
So it looks like that's what Boo's been pumping his money into, and there's some good transfuses on that.
Unfortunately, though, for Boo, he hasn't connected this 3rd base with creep, so those queens they're gonna have to choose where they stay.
Okay, and it looks like the lack of spore crawlers is kind of coming back to bite him. He's gonna have to run these drones away, and it looks like okay, it hasn't quite put him back into 2nd place with the workers, but it's definitely pretty much evened it up. This is definitely looking like a close game. Man, if only somebody picked this for like a best replays category or something.
Yeah, luckily for Boo, actually, he does unload all those queens in time to fight those Mulos. He does have a Nidus network, though, and he is looking to plant that somewhere.
Yep, he does have a at World is Doomed space. Yep, there it goes. He does have that Overlord there, able to sneak in here. Let's see if World is Doomed spots it in time.
So it looks like everything does get unloaded, but still, Boo is pretty scarce on anti-air here. He doesn't really have a whole lot of anti-air. He has, let's see how many Hydras. He has 5 with this army right now, and 5 queens. That's really not going to be enough, I feel, to deal with 19 Mulas if he micros them well. Of course, he doesn't have to fight this army head-on. He can just go over and try to base trade here, because I feel like he has a much better time for that, or chance.
Yeah, he has a lot of damage output, and he's actually going for the back end, the butt of the Nidus. And see, okay, Boo is transfusing it, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep it alive. There's many Mutas, and oh wow, those are some cute looking whatever the heck they're called, larvae little things. I don't know why I can't remember them, but it looks like World is Doomed has lost his whole base, or his whole main base, excuse me, but Boo has lost his third. So here we're going into another base trade scenario.
What is it about base trades that makes everyone love them so much?
I don't know. It's, you know, because it gets exciting. Everything's close to the edge. You're about to lose your last building, and that was pretty much every replay in the replay folder.
Yeah.
So it definitely seems to be a favorite.
We should have the base trade folder.
The base trade folder. Oh wow, a lot of those Hydralisks going down, but he needs to save this base. He was getting a lot of good income from it, but it looks like the damage output is just too high, and there goes down his gold base. But as Boo's probably figured out, alright, nope, there it is, okay. So he didn't figure out until now, but he is killing that base that World is Doom is trying to get up. His last base, and Boo is actually still on 2. And he's a little bit shy on anti-air, but he's doing a pretty good job here.
Yeah, he actually did manage to kill that base that was building up in the top. Still, 800 minerals left in the bank here for World is Doomed, so he can't afford to build a new base wherever he feels like. Even another one if that one happens to get killed.
Yeah, and he has a couple of drones just in the middle of the map that are dangerously close to some passing army. But, oh, and he actually has some in his main base too. That it looks like he's trying to hide. But yeah, it looks like now it gets to the interesting part of the base trade where there's somebody with the bigger army and there's somebody with the bigger base. Yeah, and I don't think Boo knows exactly where World is Doom is yet. Yeah. And of course he can't fly Overlords around to get picked off as well. So he's pretty confined to his base.
Yeah, I think Boo's really trying to find where those last buildings are, where that last base is. I think he realizes that his main chance in this game is for a base trade. There's no way he can ever fight these Mutas head on because World is Doom's not going to let that happen, even if Boo had the army to fight that.
Yeah, oh no, I guess War Crawlers don't need an Evo chamber anymore. So I was thinking maybe some lurkers or burrow roaches, but yeah, I mean, World is Doom has pretty much a fully saturated base, but as soon as it gets saturated, it actually doesn't get spotted by a Ling. So these Lings are going to start getting to work on these drones, while these Mutas are working on the top half of the map at the same time. And it looks like that Hydralisk dent is going down, and there's not much Boo can really say about it. So he's not going to be building Hydras for a good while here. Yeah. He only has 2 roaches attacking this base, so it's going to be a good long time before that goes down. Yeah, just the army value is so much higher for World is Doom. He's not going to be able to take the space out in time, and it looks like World is Doom is finally restarting the spawning pool.
And most importantly, too, is the fact that even though World is Doom only has one base left, he can mine off that base. Boo can't really mine off his. He has a couple patches left in the main, but he has maybe like 1,500 minerals here tops. That's
no, it is not, and they're not. Those mineral patches aren't protected by anything. No, he doesn't really need gas right now. He definitely needs the mineral, but you know, I don't think he's going to be able to produce fast enough.
As we can see, this Needless really getting to work into his mineral line here, killing 9, 12, 13 drones.
Well, at least now he won't be oversaturated.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't look like the Hydras do get in here. He's able to stave off an attack for a little bit, and we do have finally some spore crawlers coming to protect the main, but it might be a little bit too late. Oh, actually, it looks like World is Doom lost all of his workers. He does have, he just did make 3, so he's not completely out of it yet, but that, you know, that's always a little bit of a scary moment when you don't have any way to build any more structures.
Yeah, I think World of Doom's going to be fine as long as he just has 1 drone in the game. Because his army is so strong that really he just needs like the capability to rebuild. He doesn't actually need to rebuild.
Yeah, definitely. You're slowly just getting a few lings at a time. Making sure that those drones are at least a little bit defended. See, it looks like Boo is running around the map with a couple of links, seeing if there's anything else on the map that he might be able to pick off.
And Boo finally getting his Hyperlist done again, but I just don't think with the resources he has available to him, he can't expand, but he also can't build units to fight, and he needs resources, but he need to expand to do that. But to expand, he'd need units to defend it, which isn't going to happen.
And there's no way he can really long mine. It's just too dangerous with these mutas out on the map. There's no way that the drones would ever survive.
Yeah.
I tried back to the hatchery. And it looks like the Hydralisks are moving out. He does have transfer.
He does pick off 1 Needless there, actually. Pretty good for Boo.
Is that another one? Yep, another one goes down. And I mean, World is Doom can't rebuild Mutalisk, and he's not going to be able to for a pretty long time. So he's stuck with what he's got here. He looks like he's content with killing off some Overlords. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck in here. Oh, he almost loses another one. But so far he is, after those first 2, he's been able to keep these alive. But they are slowly getting chipped away, and they're taking damage.
Yeah, unfortunately for Boo, though, he doesn't really have enough anti-air to deal with these Mutalisks, because they can just kind of fly around wherever they please. Boo's units aren't mobile enough. But it looks like Boo is going to head out on the map here and going to try to base trade while the mutas are away from home. And I think this is really his only shot.
Definitely. And it looks like, are these things going to try to prevent it? Nope, they are not. So it looks like he's actually going to run for it and try to take out the base, which I'm not exactly too sure on that decision. Of course, there's always less for Boo to kill. But he is working on all of the drones that Boo has. There's actually, okay, and there's the expansion being built at the gold base for World is Doom. He was able to sneak a drone out.
He has 5 more drones on the map, too. So he does have enough money for a hatchery and 1 more building after that, if he so chooses. So we'll see what he does with these workers and where he puts them.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Okay, there's all 5 of them. So they are all together. And Boo's definitely on a timer now. There's only so much he is able to do. I'm not sure if he's looking to get back or he's just hoping that he can find the other base. He does in fact find it, but I'm not sure if this is going to be enough time to take it down. He definitely has a bunch of other workers there.
Not even a cancel.
Oh, and he actually lets it die, which he could definitely use every he can right now. So that's definitely going to hurt. He builds 2 more extractors. Oh, and there he has a... He goes to build a hatchery. Oh, the drone almost dies. Boo actually... I'm sure Boo didn't realize he actually had that roach. And unlike a pleb, he didn't F2. So that roach was actually able to find that hatchery. But I don't know if it's going to be able to DPS it down in time.
Nope.
Before these mutas get here. Okay. The mutas are running away from the Hydra, surprisingly. Boo has been revealed. It looks like this is his only... and there's... Let's see, is that... Nope, so I don't think he has any drones left on the map. So these are all of his buildings that he has to work with. And just these couple of Hydralisks. He at least does have some creep tumors there. That way he won't just lose his buildings to being off creep.
Yeah.
So there are some silver linings.
Important to note is actually this drone here that's building the extractor here from World is Doom. If this extractor finishes, it's a stalemate. Or could be a stalemate. Because he doesn't have any mining.
Yeah, because there's no more workers.
And World is
They
Doom
don't have
being
enough money.
a smart dude. Looks like he will cancel that last minute. In the last second.
Okay, so that's good. So has
So now the ball's in Boo's corner to end the game because, you know, after 25 years, eventually World is Doom can build up his infrastructure enough to the point where he can kill Boo theoretically.
And I will say, Boo has cut down his Mutalisk number by a pretty decent amount. We're dealing with 7 now, which, you know, definitely when it comes to these Hydralisks, there goes another one. These Hydralisks could definitely... Oh, wait, no. Okay, he had 2 different groups. He had them split up. Sorry, folks at home. But he does lose another one.
Yeah, he's down to 9, so that's a manageable number.
Definitely, especially if you can, you know, have some transfuses in the mix, that definitely helps.
But 2 more Hydras actually getting picked off there, and Boo just... He can't lose any units at this point, like... And, yeah, I guess Boo realizes that as well. We will see a GG.
And there we go, game number 2. And that actually did take place in the round of 8. Where World of Doom did advance onto the 3rd place match, as we all know from the night.
So,
Your password seems longer than mine.
yeah. Mine is...
Weeaboo 1 2 3.
No.
Weeaboo.
Mine's I'm not gonna say my password, but like mine's 10 characters long. So I guess if you want to run like a password script.
Wait. Let's do the math, everybody. Technical 4. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
Oh my god.
We have found out Siegfried's password. It is in fact technical 4.
Oh man, this technical 4 meme, I really hope this stays for a while. I feel like this has some good reusability.
I have definitely no plan to stop using it anytime soon, and I'm definitely not going to call him Antaros or whatever his name is.
Antaros, like the Pokemon.
Yes. Which, speaking of our lovely friend Technical 4, he is actually in this next game with our other good buddy, Exiled, who, funny enough, is in our clan.
Yeah, that's really weird. Like, how did all these players enter in this tournament when they're all in the same clan? Like, what's up with that?
Well, man, if you want to join the best clan in NA, not even top 3, just talk to Ultralisk. He can get you set up.
Yeah.
All right, and I am in the game, by the way.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Cool. All right, so we have down here spawning in the left-right position. It is Antares.
Oh, you did that just to make me feel better. And in the sideways, upside down blue position, we have the teal exiled.
Oh my god, that's actually such a nice way to say it. Like to say like in the blue position.
In the blue position.
Like, because that's not wrong. He's up there in the blue. Like, you don't even have to think about it. Oh my god, that's perfect.
In the red trunks, man.
Yeah.
So Exile going for an early early gateway expand. It looks like getting that second or getting that second base prepared. Okay, this is in the round of 16. Okay. I thought for some reason that I had this down as a round of 8, but this is also in the round of 16 as well. A little fun fact about this series. Tech 4 and Exiled were talking about this great, amazing series that they had afterwards, and how doing the math of all the games that they played, it magically came out to being a best of 5, which for all of the lovely fans of the Allinvitational know that the round of 16 is actually a best of 3. So these two folks love StarCraft too much, or so much, that they played 2 extra games, or 3 extra games. Don't quite remember. There was more games that were played than necessary, but hey, when it's all in good fun, everybody wins. Those games, those extra games, actually count to all in 30-game requirement. Yeah. So these folks are well ahead.
We give it to the people who need games.
Oh man, let's see. All right, nothing too special. We got a side core coming out. I'm starting just to sort of look at. Oh wait, but I shouldn't be looking at this build. It's a totally different patch.
Yeah. No one cares about the builds because this is for old people. Lol.
Yeah, and besides, I'm a pro at PvZ because that's the only match I've played.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Okay, so we do have the shade going out. That's the one thing that I've noticed that I never realized is that the shade, unless I'm missing something, the shade stops moving if you just cast it. So there's actually some extra little micro in there that I never knew I had to do if I played Protoss.
Huh. It's pretty crazy.
It's Protoss was right. They just have to click more, man. Let's see, is it gonna get away? It will get away.
And it's actually gonna get some kills here.
Hey, where'd it go?
It's in the mineral line for the natural.
Oh, I knew that. Man, but look at Technical 4 building those spore crawlers so that they don't die. That is just a great technical play.
Yeah. And here we're going to capture actually one of the last moments a Mothership Core will ever be made. Wow, just look at that.
Great. What skin does he have? He has the skin.
Yeah, he has the, like, I don't even know what the skin's called. It looks like, I don't know, like a Beyblade.
The Beyblade skin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man, like that would be a great skin.
That's like a similar color scheme as the Beyblade I had when I was a kid.
How good were Beyblade child?
I wasn't very good. I practiced a lot actually, but I remember one time I just used to do this thing where I'd turn my Beyblade like launcher upside down and just shoot it into the air because I thought it looked cool. And then I hit some kid in the ear and he started bleeding. And then they banned Beyblades from my school.
Jeez. Alright, so it looks like Technical 4 is going for some Baneling drops. He looks like he's going for them on both sides. It looks like he's opting for 3 Banelings and then some Lings to finish him off. And it doesn't look like Exile the Scene. This is very well executed. 9 probes have already gone down. Let's see, is he going to get these drones or these probes in the gas line? He does not. But little does Exile know. He's about to get hit with it again. There's no way that Tech 4 could do it again. Oh wait, he's back for more.
This is the man straight from the Blizzard launcher. He knows what he's doing.
Oh man, and that one poor thing gets stuck. But hey, and the Overlords get out there, so you know he can definitely do some drop play later with those. But hey, there's definitely less drones to kill than there was last time. But even with 20 killed, Tech 4 is only up 3, or actually now 1, 1 worker.
Yeah, so, you know, it pays off eventually.
Yeah, so it looks like he's opting to go for it again. And it looks like Exiled is going to do some dropping of his own.
Yeah, he's got some Dark Templar here. No Overseers just yet, as we don't have a lair. So he's really going to restrict his visibility.
Yeah, at least he does have Spore Crawlers. That is his one saving grace. Up in here come the Overlords again for the drops. At least one of them's on the move.
Yeah, and Exiled actually had as much support in position, but unfortunately not paying attention in time. A lot of these probes going down. Another Baneling drop, this one with 4 Banelings instead, heading into the natural. So a lot of more probes going to go down.
Yeah, so it looks like, let's see here, is he going to move on? No, he is not. And it looks like close to another 20 drones, 17 drones going down. And now Technical 4 is well ahead when it comes to his work account. Let me see here. What tech do we got for? Okay, so we're going double forge. We'll get those upgrades up. He's got Zealot legs coming. So, you know, Exiled isn't, you know, forgetting his tech, even though his workers, may they rest in peace, he's still getting his tech and moving it forward. So we'll see if...
I mean, Protoss doesn't need workers, they just need units.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look at those 2 Archons. They're super deadly. What are we at? He keeps on picking them up too quickly. I want to read the kills.
He has 2 Warp Prisms actually now, so he has these 4 Dark Templar actually hitting the 3rd base and going to kill that.
Oh, wow, I didn't even see that. And yeah, there is no detection there. So that 3rd base is gone. But it does look like Tech 4 does have 2 more Overlords with Banelings, but there are some Stalkers in position, so we'll see if this gets the same amount of damage done. Okay, it looks like he's able to... Oh, but they're... Oh, jeez. That's a lot of workers. And it looks like the first one, or the one in the main base, that Overlord is taken out. He didn't actually have those dropping.
Yeah, he didn't have it queued up, I guess.
So unfortunately, that could have been a lot more damage. But it looks like Exile does catch a break there. Wow, they kill eggs so quickly. I never realized that.
Yeah, I also didn't realize that they got a full refund if you killed the egg.
Oh yeah.
That's bullshit.
Oh man, that would be so broken. Like one storm and you lose just like, you know, like 20 Ultralisks.
I was expecting it to give like most of it back, but like a, you know,
like a bunker.
Yeah.
Man, they say bunkers OP, nerf egg. It's like we got some more immortal. Jeez, I've been getting these unit names wrong all night. These Archon, some more Archon play in the main base, doing a little bit of tickle damage.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, no one can blame you. You are masters, which means you don't play the game. So, like, like how are you supposed to know what the difference between an immortal and a zergling is? Like,
yeah, you know what? That one doesn't hurt as much as me making an L in front of my computer screen before I realized what was going on. Oh man, but hey, yeah. Guess what? This will be like my 6th game in Masters, and pretty much I've played just that many games in Masters.
Nice.
I'm too scared, man. It gets real then. Yeah. Oh, this Warp Prism is it going to get picked off? Nope, it does look like it's able to run out of there from the reindeer chasing it down. So we'll survive another day.
Yeah, and Tech 4 has been on a very low drone count this whole game. He's only in 36 workers right now. So even though he's killed a shit ton of Exiled's probes, he really hasn't gotten as much of an advantage from it. He takes a really bad fight here on the map, losing a lot of his Roaches and Hydras here. For not a lot, really. Like, he killed maybe 1 or 2 Archons, maybe an Immortal for his entire army. Like,
yeah, that definitely wasn't good, especially being on such a low drone count. I mean, you need to make sure you get damage with that army. But now everything's quickly running back to his base, except for this drop, and it looks like Exile actually realizes it on time this time, so it looks like there is nothing for this Overlord to drop. Is it going to get out in time?
I thought Exile just preempted that by not rebuilding his probes.
Nope, they're all hiding.
Oh,
looks like 2 banelings are
10 probes still
away.
went down there. So Exile still 10 probes still went down there, so that's still pretty good damage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was the 2 that were able to get out. I thought there was 10 more after that. I was super surprised, but yeah, it looks like Exile has a pretty technical army here with a bunch of Immortals and Archons. Looks like they're gonna try to kill this 3rd base of Technical 4.
Luckily, he does have a 4th base built. I don't know if Exile has vision of that, but
he should at least have the creep from that forward or that other Warp Prism.
Doesn't look like he has vision of the creep, but he doesn't have vision of the base. Pretty bad move command there actually by Tech 4 on these Hydralisks, taking a lot of damage for a couple seconds there. But
that's
decent trades here for Tech 4. That was a lot of expensive units for Exile that have went down.
Yeah, and of course, once again, I mean, he's only got the 1 robo, so he's going to have to rebuild those 1 at a time if he wants it. So that's going to take a lot of time to get all those units back as well.
Yeah. And at this point, honestly, I feel like Tech 4 should just back off and try to macro up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe get that 4th base back again. Well, maybe get some workers first and then get that 4th base back again.
Because if you've ever watched a PvZ of Exiled, or just one of his games in general, you'll know that he delays his 3rd bases for a hell of a long time. So Tech 4 should feel fairly comfortable just defending at this point and realizing that he is on an advantage here because Exile's only on 2 base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially, being Protoss. The reason that Exile delays his 3rd base is that really if you go over 1 base, you're not being efficient with your money. So that's why Protoss usually stick up on base.
All the probes don't build any workers, and they only take new bases when they're mined out.
Oh man, but yeah, it looks like Technical 4 is he wants to stay on the map here. He has a whole bunch of units moving out. He does catch some Zealots, but I mean these Zealots are definitely going to pick apart these couple of units, especially since they have charge. But it looks like Tech 4 is moving to make sure that these Zealots don't have a story to write home about. But yeah, this is...
Do you think a Zealot, if he wanted to send like a letter home to his family, would just kill himself instead so he didn't have to pay for it to get mailed?
And, well, I mean, can't they all talk to each other anyway?
Man, that would suck.
They don't...
Imagine telling your doctor that you have, like, a fucking spot on your balls, and everyone in the entire Protoss race can hear you.
uh, oh no! Everybody knows Jim has a small penis. Oh man, I didn't realize that's why the Protoss are so angry.
Yeah.
They exterminate races because everybody knows all their secrets.
Yeah. They have perpetual small dick syndrome.
Oh man, wait, what was your joke from earlier in the laughing?
Which one?
I forgot there was a joke that I thought was like the funniest joke of the night. Whoever in the chat knows it. I know you guys have been time.
I don't know. I made a couple of pretty good jokes tonight. Actually.
Yeah. Oh, but that's actually a pretty good pickoff from Technical 4. He picks off a couple of Archons, a whole bunch of Zealots with some Banelings, and Exile is going to have to go waddling home. Is that really his whole army? Oh, there's got to be more of it. Oh, okay, there's a couple of Zealots, but yeah, it looks like Tech 4's army is, well, you can see, you know, at the bottom of your screen, it's pretty much doubling the size there. So, who knows, maybe Tech 4 will be able to pick off the, oh, sorry, Technical 4 will be able to pick off this third base.
You know, the Protoss would tell you size isn't everything.
Especially when it comes to your bases, you know, the size of your bases. Alright, let's see what we have here. I'm glad Siegfried's dad was able to join us for the chat.
Yeah.
Proud of his son. That's always a good thing. Let's see. That's what, 3 immortal? No, 2 immortals, a stalker. He immediately cancels his base, realizes, wait a minute, I already have 2. That's 1 too many. Cancels it. And let's see if Tech 4 can do some damage. Is there an observer?
Yeah, there is. There's one right above the army there.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Still,
his wiggly little butt.
Even though this Protoss army looks pretty weak, that's a lot of charged Zealots with this, and there's not that many Lurkers, and these Hydras are, of course, very weak, like health-wise. So he really doesn't want to get in a prolonged fight here. If he wants to fight, I feel like he just needs to take it as soon as he can. A lot of charged Zealots actually charging right in here, tanking a lot of damage. These Archons and Immortals able to get off quite a lot of shots. And that's going to push Tech 4 back, actually. All these Hydras getting shredded by these Archons.
Oh, okay. He was able to pick off the Observer. So it looks like that one Lurker live another day.
Yeah. He does have a Disruptor. Can't one-shot the Lurker, but, you know, he could take some time. And a lot of changelings here getting massacred.
Oh man, that's terrible. That looks so sad.
They left that one alive to tell the tale.
But it looks like some more Hydras coming back. But oh wow, that was actually really close.
Tech 4 keeps sending out these Hydras in such small numbers, and Hydras are really a unit that don't trade well in small numbers. Like, they need a good arc with a lot of Hydras, and they need a buffer, most importantly, so that they can keep doing damage.
Yeah, a couple of roaches just to eat up health points.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's, you know, Tech 4, I mean, he has 3 bases, but essentially only one of them is mining. He has only 2 mineral patches and, you know, soon to be 1. So he really needs to retake this 3rd base, since it hasn't been touched too much since it was killed. Let's see, is that another DT? Yep, so we have, is he going to be morphing in another one, or is he another DT? Okay, so he's going to make another Archon.
Yeah. He has +1 shields too, important to note, so his Archons are getting quite a lot of value.
Yeah, they're you know, not your normal Archon, it's your beefy shield Archon. Let me see, get some of that. So here's a question, as Siegfried, as you definitely play Protoss. So, for the armor, oh, I guess, nope, I answered my own question. We're good.
Cool.
Thanks, Siegfried. That's why, you know, you have been masters for so long. It's because you know the answers to questions before people ask them.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, these drones, these poor drones are getting massacred before that base is built. We're gonna see if, oh Okay, a good disruptor hit, but they are going to die. So that was 2 lurkers for really 1 disruptor and a couple of other units. So not terrible, definitely not the best. But a little skirmish out in the middle of the map. Or I guess not in the middle of the map, right by Tech Force base. But yeah, so we're going to see if with his small technical army, if Exiled is going to be able to take out Tech Force army. I'm just going to try to throw out as many techie words as I can.
Yeah, we might as well abuse this meme before it dies.
Absolutely. That's what you do with memes. That's a really low health observer. Does he have another one? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. So, he still has a slight worker advantage, but it's still nothing much.
And there goes the last lurker, actually, for Tech 4.
Yep, there it goes.
And a link drop in the main base of Exiled here is going to force some defensive weapons, and those charged zealots should be able to fend off those links, as the links don't have the best of upgrades, only 1-1 to the 0-1-1 of the zealots.
Yep, so those links are made quick work of. Even there's 2 zealots remaining. And he's going to poke into this 4th base, which is really the only mining base for Tech 4.
Yeah, and like obviously there goes like all of Tech 4's mining. Like he has no mining left whatsoever, pretty much now.
Yeah, so he needs to move those drones over. Okay, that's good. So they didn't go back into the death trap. But let's see if Exile figures out that this base is really not too well defended, and he's going to go in there and he could, pretty much snipe this off. But Tech 4 has made his move across the map.
It looks like Tech 4 is going to try to do a base trade here again, as we've seen
our
3 series today. They all happen to be base trades.
No one wanted to show off their amazing builds.
I really hope every single game of the finals is a base trade.
Yeah, and then we'll bring it to base trade TV, and they'll say, no, these games aren't good enough for it. But I mean, the Tech 4 definitely has some good damage output, so Exiled is coming back. We'll see if Exiled is able to save it. He's kind of trapped Tech 4 in, so these Hydralisks might be pretty much dead. And as you can see it, they are.
Yeah, and not a whole lot these mutants can do from now on. They're going to have to back out while this army moves in. They definitely cannot fight this army head on, and if they do, they're really going to have to just continually try to pick away at everything. I mean, 4 Archons with this army, that's definitely enough to take on the 8 Mutalisks of Tech 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So Tech 4 is going to have to try to keep Exile's army on this side of the base, or on this side of the map, excuse me, while he tries to long distance mine and get something going for himself. As all 4 of his geysers with bases at it are currently mined out, so we're not going to be seeing a lot of mutas come from him if he can't get any gas out.
Yeah, and I don't really know what else he can make from what his available tech is. He can make some roaches and lings and banelings, and that's it. And I guess hydras and lurkers too. But still, it's going to be pretty tough.
Oh, that's right, because this is it was the same. It was the same building. Yeah. Okay, I was like, where the frick is the Hydra? But yeah. So yeah, it looks like that mineral patch decks out its base. That's the last one, and it is done. So he only has 170 minerals remaining himself. So both positions are bad, but it looks like Tech Force mining a little bit more. But still, without that gas, all he's going to be able to do is produce Zerglings, and that's a lot of Archons to produce Zerglings against. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah, it's really tough to fight Protoss in like a cost efficiency battle here when you're Zerg, just because like Protoss, their units can stay alive for so long in PvZ, especially Archons. Meanwhile, Zerg kind of has to overpower and overwhelm. They can't really afford to technically trade.
Yeah, so it looks like Technical 4 is looking for a spot to approach the base, seeing if you could poke in the left and in the right, and in the 7 o'clock and then the 8 o'clock position. But, you know, Exile really isn't moving his army that much. So Tech 4 has got to be very careful, make sure that he doesn't take one blast from these Archons, because that could do some severe damage to him.
Yeah, and with the small amount of mutalisks that he does have, let's see how many he's at. He's at 10 right now. That's a decent number. They do a +1 as well, but it's going to be really hard for him to pick off buildings efficiently, especially versus Protoss, where they have shields on their buildings that regen over time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. He's even hallucinating Archons.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's interesting. But yeah, now Exile is completely out of money. Let's see where he goes now. Looks like he's going down to that third base. Archon scouted that the mutas weren't there, but his main base is pretty much completely open. But he does move out. You does see it. Tech 4 does move his army, so that's good. Man, and Tech 4 has a complete mining base now. So he is actually even a little bit oversaturated. Maybe he could get some gas from those geysers above. But yeah, so it looks like mining-wise, Tech 4 is definitely in a little bit better position. However, one Zella is ruining their little fun time that they were having.
A couple probes or drones going down there. Tech 4 still has a decent worker count, but the army, even though the supplies look similar, is very heavily in favor of Exiled here. Just so much more variety in his army, and just overall strength. It looks like Tech 4 is going to try to base raid, but with only 10 mutas, that is going to be pretty hard, especially since Exiled can't build stuff on his Tech 4 side of the map. He does have 390 minerals, so you can't afford to rebuild.
That was a good force field blocking in a lot of those drones. So that way Tech 4 only gets away with about half. Oh, he does realize it's a hallucination because the overseers are right there. So he's not going to fall for that. So, yeah, so he only has a couple of roaches left. Unable to do any mining. We'll see what Exiled is able to do here.
Yeah, still Exiled has these disruptors, so he can just continually pick away at really no threat behind these disruptors. Like, Tech 4 can't really hop on top of these.
Yeah, I know, especially with the Archons right there. He can't just go in for a quick snipe of a disruptor with the mutas. So it looks like Exiled, even though his base may not be in a good position, his army is. And he's definitely sort of locked Tech 4 in. And so, almost like siege tanks, he's just going to slowly start picking away.
I'm just going to fill my water bottle up. We'll be right back.
Okay. Alright, so, while Siegfried is gone, let's talk about all the dirty secrets we all have on Siegfried. As Exile slowly picks off the remaining buildings guarding Tech 4's base. Anybody got any dirty secrets on Siegfried? We can hear his door open. And we know though there is no sink in his room. He did have to venture out to go get his water.
I'm back now.
And he is now back, so everybody don't worry about what we just talked about. PM me later. Alright, so it looks like he's going to get... nope, he's going to let the Roach Warren live for a little bit longer. But he is just slowly picking off all the buildings here. And although Tech 4 will slowly get his base, there's only so much he can be able to do. He still has that one drop overlord, So he loses some more. So he would be able to ferry those drones out. The issue is he has 3 monies. So if he mines and then picks up the mine drones and then he can like ferry them in, but I'm not sure if he'll have time for that. It looks like Exile is pushing the issue. And now he has no reason to be on the other side of the map. These are his only 2 pylons that he needs to worry about.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Tech 4, you can't take loans to buy buildings, so...
Yeah, this is, it looks like Tech 4 saved you.
They actually implemented a feature in the League for the new, like, runes that lets you, like, go into debt to buy items.
Interesting.
Yeah. Really, sounds really weird.
Is there interest involved?
I'm not sure. I know it's only, like, a certain amount. Like, you can go, like, I think it's, like, at certain times in the game, you go so much money into debt. Which, those Archons do so much splash damage to those Mutalisks. Like, they're all low from, like, 2 hits there.
Jeez. Just brutal.
Okay. One thing I do like about base raid scenarios like this with mutas is I can pretty much just select the mutas and Control Shift F them, so I don't actually have to like worry about where the camera is.
Oh man, that's a lot of changelings. Oh come on, do the changelings. Oh, that would have been so awesome.
Tech 4 said his idea there was to like bounce the glaives off the changelings.
Oh.
But it didn't work out very well.
It did not. But I like the thought. It's the thought that counts. Okay, he said screw it. He brought in all the drones and all. Tech 4 has no workers.
Yeah, and losing some more Mutalisks actually. Lost 2 in total since this fiasco started. And this is the last pylon. Tech 4 just needs to kill this, and then he can win. But, of course, that's the difficult part.
Yeah, does he have any... Yeah, he has no way to build any other unit. Oh man, all those screaming changelings.
So he has 8 Mutalisks, and they do 10 damage per glaive with the upgrade. So, you know, it would take them approximately... I don't know, like a lot of attacks to kill that pilot. I'm not gonna do that.
If only he had one Broodlord.
He should.
Actually, I don't even know where he could put it. Oh, he might be able to put it on one of those pillars. Yeah, but oh wait, no. But then he would hallucinate. Oh, that'd be so badass. But no. But that's a scenario that doesn't exist. Maybe Tech 4 can grab all of his overlords, and then the Archons will get distracted by the overlords, and then he'll sneak in there.
Yeah, I don't know what the game plan here is. I feel like Tech 4 could definitely be abusing this high ground a bit more. He's not really utilizing it as much, because the thing is, Exiled can't see those units when they're in that like crevice there. Near the high ground, unless he hallucinates a air unit.
Yeah, and Mutalisks still were able to reach, so they can reach in quickly, so it's not terrible.
Yeah. Still, it would be very hard to pull off, but, you know, it's something that can happen.
Man, the Phoenix is gonna be so annoying. Yeah, but these sentries are, you know, worth their weight in gold for just, you know, creating them. Oh, he actually makes another pylon here.
Yeah, that probe with his dying breath put that down.
And so this is going to make it a lot harder for Tech, as it's just more and more health that he's going to have to beat down with these Mutalisks. And this one immortal with 7 health and his 27 kills is just slowly working on all of these buildings.
Yeah. From this point, honestly, I don't think Tech 4 has a chance to win here. But you know what? He'll give it a good old college try.
So now starts the ballet to end all ballets. I mean, technical Forley. I mean, if I mean, I guess no, he's still gonna have to dance around because there will be a point in time. Except there's no oh no, but he'd have to still kill the gas geyser. There'd be no, I guess there's no way to do it because I mean, if Exile stops attacking, then the draw counter will start. So he needs to continue to attack. But, of course, as he kills buildings, they're going to be further and further away. But, I mean, that's just so much health. That's... what we got? We're missing 2 HP. So that's 798 health. That needs to go bye-bye.
Yeah, it's a pretty tall order to make. See the March of the Changelings here.
Up and there's the second text from my girlfriend.
You don't need to brag,
I told her I was casting tonight. God. I'm being cool right now, Mom. Man, that's a lot of damage on those mutas. They're getting close to that.
Nope.
See, there's
none of them died there. Actually, it looked really bad, but
yeah, that's we got 4 health. But yeah, this I mean, honestly, I think with
I like how Exile's APM is 200 from this.
Hey man, you gotta make sure all those minute movements are correct. That's why Protoss is so hard.
He's shift clicking every single unit individually. He has all of them on different hotkeys.
I mean, honestly, I think with if he keeps everything, but if he moves out 3 Archons, keeps 1 Archon in there, and all of the sentries and everything, or maybe not. Let's say 2 Archons and all the units that can attack up, and just starts attacking Tech 4. I don't think Tech 4 would be able to stop it.
Yeah, I think as long as he just left 2 Archons, a sentry or 2 with the pylons, he could move out with the rest of his units and be fine on both fronts.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he just doesn't. It's one of these things where it's even though we might be able to think about this, in the heat of the moment, Exile's not really thinking about that.
Yeah, Exile's thinking, I've been playing this stupid game of StarCraft for 38 minutes, and I do not want to lose it.
Mm-hmm. And all those Milos stack up there, and then all of them die. Well, actually, only one of them died, but they're all very low.
That's so much health. Yeah, and especially now is the time to go. Okay, and it looks like he does go. Because he's not going to be able to attack. See, it's funny. I will admit that I did quickly watch these replays, but I didn't know he was going to separate it into 3 Archons and a Sentry. Oh. So I just want to say that I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah. I couldn't remember how he split it in the end. I've watched this replay before, too. To be honest, not really looking forward to casting it again, but
But Siegfried, he said yes, and I didn't give him the replays until about 2 hours ago. But hey, it's over, so that's good.
Yeah. All I can say is I hope none of the finals games are like this. I hope we don't have any long ass base trades.
We'll see.
Luckily, it's Meme Lord versus Riser in the finals, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So, Meme Lord is not a man to prolong a game. He will do everything in his power to end it as quickly as he can.
I've been logged off of battle.net for 40 minutes. So at least now we can join up and we can
yeah, we can watch it together.
Be a party again. So a couple of quick things. Oh yeah, so let's touch on those because those are the end of our games. So those 3 games, and I'll make sure that you guys, if you guys want to take an in-depth look at the replays, make sure to provide those. If you want to vote for which one is the best for season 12, the winner and loser get $5 each. There will be a straw poll or some sort of polling mechanism where you will be able to vote for your favorite. So stay tuned for either later today or tomorrow night where we can start our voting. All right.